Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Middle School World Language Honor Society induction ceremony. Will you all please rise and join me in a salute to the flag? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. My name is Lisa Gemelli, and as the advisor of the World Language Honor Society, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. There are some other people I'd also like to thank. With us is John McNamara, Superintendent of Schools. I'd also like to thank three people in particular who really assisted in organizing the ceremony this year. I'm not sure I could have pulled this all together without the help and hard work of Mr. Anthony Chifo, our middle school principal, Dr. Stephanie Spolieri, our assistant principal, and Mrs. Julie Rossley, Director of Humanities. They spent countless hours helping to set up this event, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank you all for your support. Students being inducted into the Honor Society today earned an average of 90 or above in their world language class for both 7th and 8th grade. Your teachers and I are so happy to be giving you awards today. We're so proud of all of you, and each of you have worked so hard to earn your place in the Honor Society. We hope you'll continue studying this language in high school and college, and even beyond that. We will now begin handing out certificates, and we will start with French.
Bonsoir, je m'appelle Madame Friedwald. Now I'll switch to English now. So I am very proud, and my heart is very full of pride for these kids over here that I've had since they were in 6th grade, so for the last 3 years. I'm impressed with all they have accomplished, and we've become a little French family with our own little Frenchy spirits, each of us, bring out that inner Frenchie. And I cannot imagine, they've grown so much in those 3 years. They're just totally different, mature little adults now, most of the time. But I love you all, and I wish you all the success now and in the future. And at this time, I would like you all all my Frenchies, please rise and come to the stage. Daniel Donahue. We ask that you hold your applause until the end. Madeline Gonzalez. Joshua Henriquez. Michaela Jung. Annalise Kime. Mallory McCormick. Jaden Munn. Olivia Scherer. Kelly Skelton. Leah Bagnone. Sophia Zanalati. Now we can applause for the first place. And now we will take it back over to Ms. Janelli. Okay, so before my students come up, I just want to say what a great group I have this year. Students receiving certificates today are the ones who are consistently engaged in class. They're a very hardworking group, and I'm very proud of what they have accomplished. Will my students please line up on the stage? And just a reminder to please hold your applause until the end. Emily Brower. Ethan Chen. Congratulations. Caitlin Clark. Kalea Encarnacion. Francesco Falco. Carmine Figlozzi. Ian Fraser. Matthew Giacobello. Frank Giovanello. Caitlin Johnson. Eva Mugavero. Joseph Nicholson. And Nico Pasqua. All right, how about a round of applause? Okay, and now Mrs. Sellers.
Buon pomeriggio e benvenuti a tutti. Thank you everyone for being here today. I am honored to be up here to induct my 8th graders. They are all extremely hardworking, fun-loving, and yes, sometimes chatty. But I'm really proud of them, and I'm looking forward to inducting them into the World Language Honor Society. This is a very special group for me. We started in 6th grade together. All of them had me in 6th grade, and that was when the pandemic started. So it's really, I feel like I have a second chance being here with them again this year, and we get a do-over. And it's been a really great year, and they've been working so hard. So they are truly remarkable and unforgettable. And without further ado, I would like to welcome my 8th graders to the stage. Just a reminder, please hold your applause till the end. Thank you. Here we go. Riley Adams. Madison Allen. Sabrina Azadorian. Anna Bonello. Colin Calabro. Nicholas Charamella. I've been waiting all day to say that. Anthony Gosha. Megan Cox. Paige Cronin. Rosemary Aleto. Sam Evans. Pasquale Falco. Victoria Ferraro. Melina Gallo. Kyle Godfrey. Anthony Grassi. Haley Grassi. Kevin Hines. Bella Persich. Juliana Leonardi. Haley Meneses. Valentina Meneses. Nicholas Mapes. Joseph Marion. Kira O'Brien. Ava Pasqua. Nico Petrocelli. I had to, sorry. Diana Piscopo. Isabella Banchita. Luca Banchita. Gianluca Stornello. Samantha Teets. Ryan Tulo. Nicholas Verone. Brady Wilkin. Eleni Zervos. Okay, okay, and now for Mr. Espinosa.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so proud of these 7 young men and young ladies. They've endured so much over the last 2 years, and yet they were able to overcome the challenge and be selected to the Middle School World Language Honor Society. It has been my pleasure to have them in class. I wish them well the rest of the year and in all their future endeavors. If you guys can come up to the stage. Emily Carr. Jacob D'Amico. James DeSerbo. Kirsten Riso. Madison Russo. Faith Stallone. And Riley Witt. Congrats. Thank you. And back to the podium, Ms. Jamel.
Okay, I will be handing out certificates for Ms. Labiento's kids. Mrs. Labiento couldn't be here today, but she asked me to say something on her behalf. She said, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you all on being inducted into the World Language Honor Society. Your hard work and dedication to learning and excelling in Spanish is something to be very proud of. Congratulations to you all. Okay, will Ms. Labiento's kids please come to the stage? Caitlin Baldo. Bria Campo. Mia Dankenbrink. Ryan Martone. Reese McCarthy. Ryan May. Brendan O'Callahan. Matthew Rackley. William Sigler. Okay, I will also be handing out certificates for Ms. Vargas' students. And she asked me to also say something on her behalf. Mrs. Vargas would like to congratulate you all for consistently working towards excellence during the most challenging of times. She wishes you all continued success as you move forward as high school students next year. Okay, will Ms. Vargas' students please come to the stage? Sean Boyce. Seamus Cunane. Anya Dennis. Joseph Grasso. Juliana Humphrey. Ethan May. Emma Palmisano. Madison Rodriguez. Mia Santucci. Okay, how about a round of applause? Okay, congratulations to you, and now to Mrs. Wolf.
Learning another language is challenging under normal circumstances, although the word normal has lost all meaning, right? I digress. Learning another language in the midst of a global pandemic is even more challenging, and these students have risen to the occasion and excelled, and I am so proud to call these names. So will my students please come to the stage? And while they're coming up here, may I remind you to hold your applause till I call everybody's name. Alexa Annunziata. Gabriela Asteza. Becca Bullard. Olivia Calabrese. Madeline Chiappetta. Sophia Cocciola. Delaney Conlin. Matthew D'Amico. Eileen Felice. Liam Fields. Madeline Giglio Bianco. Lana Lee. Olivia Magaloff. Paul McHale. Molly McHugh. Evan Mostransky. Cade Malahi. Angelina Nappi. Senady Ramos. John Ciccoloni. Madison Spar. Emma Speed. Tristan Tillotson. Shannon Udell. Y ahora aplauso. And now for Mr. Melly's closing remarks.
Okay, I want to congratulate all of the students once again. We are so proud of you. And I want to thank all of the parents for coming tonight and for all of your support. Everybody get home safely and have a great night.
Good evening, and would please rise and join me in our salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2022 World Language Honor Society induction. My name is Mr. Zagari. I am the advisor to the Honor Society. To begin our ceremony, I'd like to thank our Vice President, Keely Naus, for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me in welcoming the many guests that we have with us here on stage this evening. Our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. John McNamara. Wantagh High School Principal, Dr. Paul Gazzone. Assistant Principal, Dr. Christopher Whitman. Assistant Principal, Mr. Nick Pappas. Director of Humanities, Mrs. Julie Rossley. And our world language teachers, Mr. Benito, Ms. Dispenza, Mrs. Hampson, Mrs. Labiento, and Mrs. Vargas Cortola. As is the case every year, the Honor Society induction ceremony is held during the celebration of World Language Week. This year's World Language Week is appropriately themed Celebrate Humanity Through Language. Almost 2 years ago to the day, this ceremony ended up being canceled. And the very next day was the beginning of a time in our lives that we'll never forget as we went into lockdown the very next morning. Over these last few years, we've seen countless stories where humanity has come together, where people connected in ways we could have never imagined before. And nothing brings humanity together more than the two things in this room tonight, language and music. In a survey conducted by Duolingo, 30 million people attempted to learn a new language during the pandemic. Use of social media and media intake in general increased during this time as well. During that time, you may have come across TikToks or reels of a young man from Queens with no Chinese lineage at all, surprising people with his near-perfect Mandarin. Or other people posting videos from Omegle, surprising complete strangers on the other side of the world speaking Korean, Indonesian, or Portuguese. Humanity found many ways to connect through language. You may have also noticed that Disney released 2 incredibly successful animated films highlighting language and culture with Luca and Encanto. Media jumped on the trend as well. And so after 2 years, we're able to gather here tonight to honor you, a remarkable group of students who have taken an incredible linguistic journey that has brought you to this very moment. For some, that linguistic journey may have started at home with a parent or a grandparent, as is the case for our Honor Society president. For others, it may have started here in our schools, way back in the 3rd grade when your first world language lessons began. Fun fact, if you were in Miss Luciano's Wantagh L class, that started with me. Today, you have taken your language skills to incredible heights. That is, when you're not arguing about who the sindaco is of your Italian class, or when you're not teasing your Spanish teacher about his arrugas. Those are wrinkles for the non-Spanish speakers in the room. In all seriousness though, when looking back on the last few years and what students have had to endure, it makes your induction tonight that much more remarkable. And who knows where your language skills will bring you tomorrow? Maybe they'll make you TikTok famous. Perhaps they will be the inspiration for the next Disney mega hit. Or maybe they'll take you down a career path or a life path you never imagined. I think our president and master of ceremonies can give you some ideas. She too is an accomplished language student in our schools, having studied Italian as well as Spanish. She is an AP Italian scholar, and she is also set to receive the very prestigious New York State Seal of Biliteracy on her high school diploma. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the president of the World Language Honor Society, Isabella Nocera.
Buenas noches, buonasera, bonsoir, and good evening to the parents, faculty, and inductees who gather here tonight. My name is Isabella Nocera, and I am the president of the World Language Honor Society. I would like to take this opportunity to warmly welcome you all to our 2022 World Language Honor Society induction ceremony. Tonight, we will honor and celebrate the mastery achievements of the inductees in their chosen language of Spanish, Italian, or French. In order to be inducted, students have had to maintain a 90% average or above in their world language class, remain in good standing with their class and the world language teaching staff, as well as demonstrate a clear and comprehensive understanding of their target language as well as the culture that goes along with it. Congratulations to you all for coming thus far in your accomplishments. When we are taught something in school, make a phone call, make a joke with a friend, or introduce ourselves to someone new, we often neglect to realize what it allows us to do so, our language. When we are exposed to more than one language, it broadens the community of people that we are able to have those interactions with. Growing up in an Italian-American household has exposed me to culture and foreign languages from a very young age. I spent much of my childhood going to my nonna and nonno's house for Italian Sunday dinner, where I would enjoy my nonna's pasta al forno and in between play games of scopa, our favorite Italian card game. Dinner table conversations often took place in a language other than my own, and my curious mind took on a large interest in what I was hearing. Mesmerized, I would ask my parents to teach me as much as they could. They excitedly began by teaching me simple phrases, like how to introduce myself by saying, "Ciao, mi chiamo Bella." Hi, my name is Bella. And of course, in true Italian fashion, they taught me how to say phrases like "mamma mia" and "uffa." As I grew older and learned more, my understanding of the language became more advanced, especially as I entered Italian classes in middle school. I found it enriching to learn about another language and culture, as I knew it was a gateway to enhancing my future communications with another entire community of individuals, some of my own family for one. Being able to successfully communicate with so many people in Italian was so rewarding for me, and that was where my love for language really took off. This passion fostered my decision to add Spanish as a second world language course in my freshman year of high school, a decision that I knew would benefit me in the workforce and would allow me to understand yet another culture. I continued taking both Italian and Spanish classes throughout my high school career. I stand here today considering myself to be proficient in 3 languages, one of my most rewarding accomplishments thus far. I, as the president of the World Language Honor Society, would like to encourage each and every one of you to continue your world language studies, as it will infinitely broaden your horizons in life. We as a society often neglect to realize in just how many professions that understanding a second language could benefit us. If you want to be a doctor or nurse, you can use your world language studies to communicate with patients who do not speak English. Knowing their language can mean the difference between saving their life or not. If you want to be a teacher, like myself, you could use a second language to communicate with students who do not speak English. Just imagine the smile on that student's face when you are the one who can communicate with them and no one else can. Moreover, you can use a second language to expand your communications and relationships with your own family members, like myself. You can have the ability to go over to the foreign exchange student in school and make a new friend. You would have the prior knowledge and experience when studying abroad in college, if you so choose to do so. You can help customers who don't speak English, even just at your high school cashier job. The possibilities of what you can do with a world language education are endless. I leave you all tonight with this Chinese proverb. To learn a language is to have one more window from which to look at the world. I believe that from each of these windows, we gain a greater understanding of others. The more windows that we look out of, our communications with others can become more widespread, and we as a people can become more united. I would like to thank the Wantagh World Language Department for opening these windows for the students who gather here tonight, namely my world language teachers, Senora Hampson, Senora Dispenza, Senora Labiento, and Senora Espinoza, who have fostered my love for language and impacted my future endeavors as I plan to incorporate world language studies in my college education. As a future teacher, I hope to inspire my future students to pursue their passion just as much as you all have inspired me to pursue mine. The Wantagh World Language Department is truly fortunate to have educators as amazing as you all. I would finally like to thank Mr. Zagri for making tonight's ceremony possible. Finally, I would like to conclude by congratulating the inductees on their incredible accomplishments that have led them to be here tonight. Felicidades, auguri, felicitación, congratulations. And once again, here is our Wantagh High School Band Ensemble. How about another wonderful round of applause for Mr. Aviles and his ensemble. We would like to take this opportunity to recognize our musicians who just returned from performing in Florida just a few days ago and were still able to participate in our ceremony this evening. Mr. Aviles, Mr. Zagri owes you big time. Thank you. It is now time to recognize tonight's honorees. To help induct the students of French, here is Mrs. Vargas Curtola.
Good evening, bonsoir. At this time, I would like to invite the French honorees up to the stage to receive their certificates. The first one is for Ella Satina. And the next one is for Lauren Cox. They'll be walking down to the risers, and after we recite the induction oath, please stand by for a picture. Vous êtes prêtes? Voilà? OK. Répétez après moi, d'accord? Avec le symbole du transfert des connaissances, je m'engage à continuer sans relâche mes efforts pour m'instruire et transmettre aux futures générations mon amour pour la langue et la culture française. Félicitations.
Good evening. At this time, I would like to invite the Italian honorees up to the stage to receive their certificates. After we recite the induction oath, please stand by for a picture. Charles Albano. Gabriella Barberio. Angelina Benedetti. Camillo Caiozzo. Anthony Ciaramella. Milena Coliani. James Curran. Andrew DiCiani. Joseph Ewald. Jared Farkash. Madison Foster. Kelly Hines. Jonas Hickson. Angelina Lamacchia. Mia Likauzi. Stefano Lenardi. Joseph Martin. Olivia Nicholson. Luke Knoll. Kirsten Oberheim. Angela Pellicoro. Joanna Valvo. And Gregory White. I'm going to have the honorees recite the oath. Again, after they recite the oath, please stand by for a picture. Come membro della sessione della società onoraria italica del liceo di Wantagh, prometto di dedicarmi allo studio della lingua italiana e di promuovere cultura e unità in tutto il mondo. Questa è la mia promessa. È il mio giuramento. Please stand by for a picture. Auguri. To help induct the students of Spanish, here is our Spanish trustee, Paige Treeland.
Good evening. At this time, I would like to invite the Spanish honorees up to the stage to receive their certificates. After we recite the induction oath, please stand by for a picture. Despina Augusti. Anthony Barberio. Jake Borghese. Nicole Baudo. Samuel Boyko. Sarah Braun, Sean Brown, Michael Burns, Zachary Cespedes, Alexander Como, Katie Crespo, Ashley Diver, Tyler Gershengoren, Olivia Gonzowski, Eva Ingrilli, Catherine Killian, Marcus King, Jonathan Coble, Jared Lieback, Joseph Legovic, Crystal Lee, Matthew Lynn, Jack McCarthy, Vincent McCartney, Julia Nicholson, Alexander Sanchez, Lily Sloves, Isabella Cerise, Nora Toscano, Megan Tucker, and Brooke Wunderlich. We're about to say the induction oath. Afterwards, please stand by for a picture. Como miembro del capítulo de la Sociedad Honoraria Hispánica, prometo dedicarme al estudio de la lengua española recordando que una lengua puede ser un lazo fuerte entre personas y comunidades. Prometo promover la amistad y la cultura. Esta es mi promesa y mi juramento. Please stand by for a picture. Felicidades. Here's Mr. Zagary once again.
We do a little competition every year of who does the oath the best. For the 85th year in a row, French wins again. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony for this evening. Thank you once again to Mr. Aviles. I really do owe him and his ensemble for their music. Special thanks to our head custodian, Rafael Virginet, and the entire custodial staff for setting up this event. Thank you to all the families as well and all the guests that are here today. It's really nice to be able to gather like this and see everybody again. So, round of applause for you guys. Thank you to my World Language Department colleagues and our director for your help and support over the last couple of weeks. And thank you once again. Have a great night, everyone.